Hey, it's Laura with Low Marie Vintage, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Stranger Things inspired ugly sweater, guaranteed to win any ugly sweater contest this holiday season. In addition to an old sweater, you don't mind doing a little bit of DIY work too. The materials you're going to need for this DIY are Christmas lights. I got mine at the grocery store for about $2. Some black acrylic paint, any brand will do. We're just using acrylic because it dries quickly. You'll also need some fabric, a pair of scissors, needle and thread, which I forgot to show, and a marker to mark on your fabric your letters and where you're going to make your cut. So pull out your fabric. I tried to pick one that looked similar to wallpaper. It doesn't match the floral from Stranger Things, but it's as close as I could get. We're just going to use that light colored marker, I used a highlighter, on the opposite side of the fabric into the desired shape of the rectangle that we're going to put on your sweater. The size and shape of this rectangle will be different depending on the size and shape of your sweater. Next, we're going to take that same light colored marker and we're going to use it to draw out our letters, just to make sure we have enough room on each line and that everything's going to look okay. It's just more of a little guide. And now to paint our letters. So we have our little guide in our acrylic paint. We're using this, like I said, because it dries so quickly. And we're just going to follow those guide letters and we're just going to patiently paint our letters onto our wallpaper. It doesn't have to be perfect because when your sun is stuck in the upside down, you don't much care if you're neat. Just keep going until you have all the letters marked on your wallpaper. Now we're going to use our scissors to cut tiny holes above each of the letters. Don't make them too big or your Christmas lights will fall out. Now we just punch our Christmas lights through the holes that we just made in the fabric, and they should look something like this. This step is optional, but I took some thread to match the color of the fabric and I did just stitch down the loops on the back of the fabric with the Christmas lights just to make sure it laid flat. And now we just take our wallpaper with the letters and we're going to just stitch around the sides just to attach it to our sweater. And the last step is just to remove any little tags and then to test our sweater to make sure it lights up. And it does! So here's the finished product. I have a short sleeve sweater because I live in the South and last year it was 75 degrees on Christmas. I had most of the materials I needed for this DIY. The only thing I had to buy were those Christmas lights, so this project only cost me $2. And this sweater looks perfect with my dangly Christmas bulb earrings. So you could put this DIY on any kind of sweater, any color, use any kind of fabric you want. I would suggest using colored Christmas lights just because I think it gives it more of that Stranger Things vibe, but if you only have clear or white Christmas lights, that should be okay too. Just don't forget, you have to plug yourself into a wall for this to work, unless you have a battery pack, but just keep that in mind and try not to spill any drinks on yourself. Subscribe and find me on social media for more wonderful things and fun DIY projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a wonderful week.